We got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent, and, we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot-around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrate our new parts, but he's definitely priority number one.
When Luka Doncic was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, it sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Fans imagined an unstoppable force of Doncic and LeBron James, two of the game's most electrifying playmakers, finally on the same team. But with two elite basketball minds on the floor, a new question has surfaced: who's actually running the show? New head coach JJ Redick didn't hesitate. He quickly named Luka as the offensive leader, but that decision raised eyebrows. After all, LeBron James is known for being one of the most ball-dominant players in NBA history. Can the king really step aside? That's where the debate exploded online on talk shows and across fan communities. Is this a symbolic handoff from LeBron to Luka, or are we watching a real-time tug-of-war for control? Social media has split down the middle. On one side, Team Luka argues that LeBron is stifling Doncic's game by holding onto the reins. On the other, Team LeBron says he's carrying the weight while Luka finds his footing in the Lakers system, and the stats, they tell their own story. Luka hasn't quite looked like himself. A rough outing where he shot just 5 for 18 and coughed up 6 turnovers had fans questioning whether his struggles were self-inflicted. One supporter even defended LeBron, saying he's not hogging the balls, keeping the team afloat. Still, both stars are saying the right things. Luka admits that the chemistry is growing with each game. LeBron has publicly backed his new teammate, calling Doncic the top priority for the Lakers and stressing that his goal is to support, not overshadow. Whether this partnership evolves into the powerhouse fans dreamed of or fizzles under the weight of expectations remains to be seen. But one thing's certain, everyone is watching.
For you, what's important as you move forward here now, reintegrating Luka starting in the next game?
It's not just next game. It's going to be a process for us for the rest of the season, obviously. As we continue to learn, what we want to do offensively, defensively, our system, our calls, our cadence. And then we got to also, figure out, and learn from him as well, because he's such a great, unbelievable talent, and, we need to be able to play with him just as much as he needs to play with us, offensively, defensively, and all facets of the ball. So every day, every game, every practice, every shoot-around, every film session, we got to continue to get better and better and integrate our new parts, but he's definitely priority number one.
Everyone's convinced this is a smooth partnership, while some say it's just one superstar helping another get settled. Others aren't buying the calm surface. A growing group of fans believe LeBron is holding Luka back, whether intentionally or not. They argue that Doncic, once the undisputed engine of the offense in Dallas, is now being reduced to more of a role player in Los Angeles. To them, it feels like he's being asked to fit into LeBron's system rather than the team adapting around Luka's unique style. Still, some fans are pushing back on that idea with numbers. They've pointed out that Luka has actually spent more time on the ball than LeBron so far this season. Statistically speaking, Doncic is still having a big impact even if he's not running every play. But here's where it gets interesting. While Luka is putting up solid numbers, there's a sense that he isn't playing his game. Instead of orchestrating every possession like he did with the Mavericks, he's learning to operate within LeBron's rhythm. Despite the adjustment period, there are signs of real progress. One fan highlighted moments where the chemistry between Luka and LeBron looks promising, like quick handoffs, pick-and-roll reads, and synchronized movement that hints at a growing connection. So maybe it's not about control. Maybe it's about trust and time.
To fit out with this team.
I mean, it's, like I said before, it's special. For him to say something like that just feels amazing, give him confidence. And, after that speech, it was chills. So I was just happy to be part of it.
Even Luka himself has acknowledged the quiet signs of respect coming from LeBron. One moment in particular stood out when LeBron asked for Luka to be introduced last during the Lakers' starting lineup. For longtime NBA fans, that's no small gesture. Being introduced last is typically reserved for the face of the franchise, a biggest star in the building. Luka later revealed that LeBron had actually texted him about it beforehand, letting him know it was intentional. It was a symbolic moment, a public nod that said, "This is your team, too." For some, it felt like the clearest sign yet that LeBron isn't just sharing the floor, is willing to share the spotlight.
He texted me in the morning, he said, "Whatever you want." And I said, for him to text me that, it's just amazing. So shows what kind of person he is. And, he let me have my moment, so I really appreciate it.
Luka Doncic landed in Los Angeles. It felt like the beginning of something legendary. Pairing him with LeBron James, of the most accomplished floor generals in NBA history, was billed as a game-changing move. To playmakers, to basketball minds, one unstoppable offense. Right from the moment Luka suited up in purple and gold, A new question took over the headlines. Who's really running the Lakers? Head coach JJ Redick answered swiftly Luka would take the reins. It was a bold move, signaling a potential passing of the torch, but the situation has proven to be far more complicated. After all, LeBron James has spent 2 decades being the guy. The ball starts and ends with him. So the idea of LeBron stepping back, that's not just a tactical shift, it's a seismic one. A team divided, the basketball world is now split. Some fans see a smooth transition. They believe LeBron is genuinely helping Luka adjust, even pointing out subtle acts of respect like when LeBron asked for Luka to be introduced last in the starting lineup, a gesture usually reserved for the team's alpha. Luka himself acknowledged it, saying LeBron even texted him beforehand. A growing number of fans argue that LeBron's presence is actually holding Luka back. They believe Luka is being forced to play a supporting role, reduced from the dynamic engine he was in Dallas to something closer to a glorified spot-up shooter. One fan even compared him to Kevin Love and Chris Bosh, stars who had to alter their games dramatically to fit alongside LeBron. Interestingly, stats tell a more nuanced story. While the criticism around LeBron's ball dominance remains, loud breakdowns from recent games show Luka actually having more on-ball time than LeBron. One fan even pointed out that Luka's usage rate this season is higher than what LeBron averaged during his prime. Yes, Luka has the ball, but is he playing his game? Is he running the show like he did in Dallas, or simply operating within LeBron's system? That's where the debate heats up, because this isn't just about who brings the ball up the floor, it's about who dictates the offense, who calls the shots in crunch time, and ultimately, who the Lakers are building around at its core. This isn't just a Luka versus LeBron debate. It's a broader conversation about power, identity, and fit. LeBron James is a once-in-a-generation talent. His basketball IQ, court vision, and leadership are unmatched. But history tells us that playing next to him comes with trade-offs. Role players thrive, yes, but fellow stars often have to adjust. Just ask Love or Bosh. So, now the question looms. Will Luka be the next star to compromise his game to make room for LeBron? Or will the King finally cede control and truly elevate another superstar net by making him adjust, but by adapting himself? Because the Lakers don't have forever to figure it out. And if they want to contend, one thing must be answered once and for all.
The point is that LeBron is recognizing the skill set that he has with him and how to play with it. And you could argue that Luka might be the better fit with LeBron than anybody he's ever played with, including Dwayne Wade. Wade didn't have the perimeter game that Luka has. They were both clutch. They both certainly knew in the big moment. But the passing ability that Luka brings could unlock a little more of LeBron even at this age.
Combination of the two, a transformational young talent in Luka, and the fact that LeBron is older and is great in spurts. But in the Denver game, when LeBron didn't have to be the initiator of offense, his usage rate was only 29%. That's well below his average. Did you also notice since Luka arrived what's happened to LeBron's efficiency? It's gone through the roof. So he's fresh for those flurries late in the round, late in the quarter, late in the sequence, late in the half, late in the game.